Welcome to Grounded Catholicism, a series which goes out to different coffee shops and talks about the faith. Prayer, central to the Christian life and what we're talking about today. St. Paul, pray without ceasing. Excuse me, but I have to eat, I have to sleep, I have to work. I can't just pray all of the time. Well, maybe it's time for us to reflect more about what prayer is and to enter more deeply into it. In fact, it is. As many of you know, we're in the season of Lent, which the Church says is a privileged time of prayer. This is the time that the Church unites herself to Christ, the mystery of Christ in the desert, and pilgrimages with Christ in these next 40 days to his passion, death, and resurrection, inviting us to turn back to God for personal conversion, to die to self so that we can partake in that life that Christ won for us on the cross. How do we do that? Well, the Church also gives us these guides, so to speak, Lenten disciplines, which are prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Today, as I already mentioned, we are talking about prayer. And the two main things that I want to convey about prayer are conversation and weapon. Conversation, prayer is fundamentally conversation between two friends, specifically your friendship with God. And just like of any friendship, you have to share, you have to talk, and you have to receive, you have to listen. And when we talk to God in prayer, he doesn't just want to know the good things. It is tempting in friendship to just want to put your best foot forward, keep the dirty stuff over here. But not only does God know all of the dirty stuff, but he also wants to hear about it. He wants to know if we're sad. He wants to know if life is hard. He wants to know what we're struggling with, because he wants to enter into our brokenness and help us, because we actually need him. So that is good news. And then we need to listen. We need to go further in that relationship. We have to hear what he's telling us. And in order to hear, we need to be silent. God is not like a little sibling. Hey, listen to me. He respects our freedom and our desire to return that love to him. So take time to just be silent and listen to what God is trying to tell you. Weapon. How is it a weapon? Well, life is hard. I don't think I have to convince anybody of that. And what I already talked about was that this time in Lent is entering into the desert with Christ. And what is happening to Christ in the desert? He's being tempted by the devil, who's trying to make him fall. Every day, the devil is doing that with us. And how do we fight that temptation? Through prayer. The main thing that the devil attacks is our inner unity, our peace. There's this beautiful quote by St. Therese says, "The fruit of prayer is faith. The fruit of faith is love. The fruit of love is service. And the fruit of service is peace." Prayer is our weapon against the devil. So be very intentional this Lent about entering into prayer, entering into that conversation with God so that you can grow in love with him and so that you have the strength to battle against the devil. That's all we have time for today. So I'm going to wrap up and tune in next week for talking about fasting. And in the meantime, enjoy life, but live for eternity.